So I'm going to show you some beginner ballet moves today. So if you've never done any ballet before, but you want 2021 to be the year that you learn how to be a ballet dancer, then you're in the right place. So before you start, you want to warm your body up a little bit. So nothing too complicated. You could start with your feet hip distance apart. You could start with some shoulder rolls. Start gently moving your head, inclining your head. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to show you a few moves. Just follow along. And then we will start learning some actual ballet steps. So let me put some nice background music on. So you're going to start off with your feet hip distance apart. Feel that you're not sitting forwards or sitting back. Just, you could raise your heels. Lovely. So we're going to take a big breath in and circle the arms. And lift your chin to the sky, breathing in and lift. And two more, breathing in. We're just going to continue to circle those shoulders around. If you want to, you can add your knees. Lovely. 4 more. 3. Just warming up those shoulders and those knees. Now we're going to bring our arms down, head one way, center, and the other way, center, and again. So keep your shoulders relaxed, long neck, and then incline as if you're on a telephone. And there's a lot of this use of inclining your head in ballet. Lovely. Lovely. So we're going to bring our feet together. We're going to bend your knees. So these feet are parallel. As you bend, keep your back nice and straight as if you're sliding down a wall. Breathe the arms. Lovely. Just warming up the knees, getting the body moving. You might want to take the arms a little bit higher. Have some big breaths. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Lovely. And now just take one foot and circle the ankle around and round. If you want to hold on to something, you can hold on to something. Give it a shake. And then the other one, round and round. Lovely. We're just going to take a gentle stretch, so like a runner's stretch, sinking your heel into the floor. Bring the arms behind you, pulling backwards, lift the chin. And then sit back. Again, very similar to a runner's stretch, but you're turned out. Heels in the floor, toe pointing upwards. And then the other way, so you just want to reach. Squishing heels towards the floor. The heel won't be fully in the floor. Reaching, relaxing those shoulders, and then sitting back into a stretch. Lovely. Then we're just going to roll through the ankles. Just to get everything moving, you could just allow the arms to just kind of shake any tension out of your body. You could circle them around just to wake up some muscles. You could reverse. You could, if you wanted to, bring a foot off the floor, like you're doing little ballet jogs. Just springing lightly through the feet. Now you might want to hold off this, or you can just bring your knee up for a quad stretch. Bend your knee, tip your pelvis, so you're not arching your back. You are soft. Softly, you could reach up as if there's an invisible thread pulling you. Lovely. And the other side. So soft knees, glue them together, tip your pelvis, lift your chin, and reach upwards. Just getting those legs ready for what's to come. Excellent. So, I'm just going to pause that background music. Let me talk you through the positions of the feet in ballet. So we've already discovered this one, parallel. Don't use that very often. First position, if you take one leg and you allow it to drop out, have a little look at it. That is my natural turn out. So I place it on the floor like that and join it with the other leg. That is my first position. You don't want to be doing this to overturn your feet out, because when I do that, it hurts. don't do it, yes? So the premise being that when your feet are in first, that when you bend, your knee, if I had a ruler, is over your toes, yes? If you overturn out before you've developed that turn out from the tops of your legs, then you can, strain things. So that's first position, yeah? Second position is when your legs are wide. The gap in the middle should be 1.5 times the length of your own foot. Yes, that makes sense, yes? So the gap in the middle is about 1.5-ish times the length of your own foot. So it's the equivalent of when you're doing squats this way, doing turned out. Again, knees always over toes. You don't want to be dropping forwards like that. You want to have a feeling of being able to go straight down and straight up as if you're sliding down the wall. So trying to keep everything really, really straight. Third position is when you take one foot and you place it. So you can see where my elastics are on my shoes. Place one foot in front of the other, or the other one. And that's third position. Again, it's the same amount of turnout you had in first. There are 2 fourth positions, and as a beginner, you probably won't use them very much, but I will show you them anyway. There's fourth ouvert, so if you go back to first and you slide your foot forwards, that's fourth ouvert, which means fourth open. It's very similar to second. Yes, it's lined up with your first position. And when you do your plié, again, you don't want to be favouring the front or the back. You want to be right in the centre. Then we have fourth croisé. So croisé means to cross. Your feet are lined up totally with each other. The gap in the middle is about the length of your own foot. Yeah. This position, it's quite an intense one to get into. Again, when you're bending, you want to be really fully turned out, a nice straight back. You don't want to be too far forwards, too far back, or in that kind of crumple position. And then finally, fifth position is a more extreme third position. Your heel is masking your toe is masking your heel, and you want to try and squeeze everything together. So you're in this position. And again, as a beginner, you would use first position, second position, and third position, with the idea being that you're gradually going to improve so that your fifth position just happens naturally. Fourth position, often we use it for passing through, so you might not actually learn it in class, but you might use it as a transition to get from one position to the other. Let's just have a go at some pliés. Plié means to bend, and they are the staple of every single ballet class. Not only do we do them, lots and lots and lots of them to warm up our bodies, it's like the petrol in your car. You can't jump without bending your knees first of all. So they are integral to everything. You can't pirouette without bending your knees to prepare. So they are the most important exercise you will ever learn, and you will always do them as a ballet dancer. Every ballet dancer does them. Every ballet dancer does them the same way. Be it that you do little ones or big ones. We're going to do demi-pliés, half pliés. Grand pliés are not beginners. Although in second position, you could do a grand plié. So let's see what they are all about. I'm going to do it facing you to begin with. So a plié in first position is simply the act of lengthening your body whilst bending your knees. Sideways on. Try and keep it smooth, and you keep your heels on the floor at all times. So you might want to try doing a set with me of say 8 pliés, and you can feel these muscles working, and if you sort of stop and you can feel them, they're solid. Ballet dancers have long, lean limbs, and this is because of this exercise's action of stretching and contracting. Now, second position. So in second position, a demi-plié would just be here, which is very small movement, which is why I would say even as a beginner, you could do a full plié, because with the other pliés, your heels come off the floor when you get to a certain depth. With full pliés in second, it's just like doing a squat and doing a squat. So you could go further. Yes, you don't need to stop there, but if you were doing demi-pliés in second, you might just take a demi-plié like that. If you were doing a full plié, you usually add an arm, so you go all the way down, keeping the back nice and straight, and pushing up. So you could do 2 demi-pliés. Let me come around to the 2 demi-pliés. 1, 2, and if you're doing a full plié, arms go down as you go down, push and through. And we could try that again. Demi-plié, demi-plié, and full plié. 4, 3. Lovely. And then finally, third position. It's the same. Yes, you're just going to keep your heels on the floor. Keep the arm at the side. Just to note, I'm not really doing arms today. I'm just doing pliés, but just so that you know, your shoulder higher than your elbows, higher than your wrist. Imagine you're hugging the biggest tree in the forest, and you will have beautiful arms in a second. That's what we're trying to avoid, where your wrists are higher than your elbows. Yes, so keeping them nice and smooth and strong. Third position, and you just push down and come up, push down and come up, down, come up. One more, really using those glutes, and you can point your foot and close it behind, and just do the same thing with the other foot. Now I'm holding on to something for support, which I would always recommend, particularly at the beginning of class, and especially if you are a beginner, just have something. I'm using a mantelpiece, not ideal. If you've got a ballet bar, wonderful. You could use the back of a chair. Just use something that you know you're not going to pull over onto you. And one more. Right, just give your legs a shake, and you maybe as well, I feel that in my arm. Yes, again, ballet dancers have toned arms because we hold them in these positions for extraordinary lengths of time, and yes, it tones. So I hope you enjoyed learning about pliés. So just to recap, we have first position, second position, third position, fourth ouverte, fourth crochet, and fifth. If you would like to follow along and learn a few more basic ballet moves, then click subscribe, and I should be posting some more up very soon. Take care.